All right. Welcome, everybody, to session number 1 of The Aftermath, Picking Up the Pieces, titled The Fall of Tyranny. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right. Give us a little overview here, Willie, if you would.
Yeah, so we start our story with our heroes in a grisly scene, having been recently ambushed by cultists on the road. Everyone takes a moment to observe the cultist that's now silently resigning from combat. But a few days ago, this group had started its journey to this point by absconding with a ledger from a cultist slave ship. It said more slaves were going to be heading this route. So, in a heroic deed, we decided to head them off. Outside the camp, the ambush started, which was finished swiftly. So here we stand, dusk, and an off-beaten path, and I got too many tabs open.
There's no such thing.
Netbook.
Unless you're on netbook, then yes, there's such thing.
Yeah, there is such a thing.
There is a maximum number of tabs for a netbook, and that's usually 4.
Yes.
Just gotta get them in the right order. You know what I mean?
Click through them.
So, in the Trollbark Forest, after a quick combat, one of the cultists resigned, dropped his weapon, and fell to his knee. And that's where we'll pick it on up.
All right.
So, 3 cultists slain. Down near Belgut is a fire pit that looked like it was used with 2 torches in the back with a smaller path heading that where one of the cultists was trying to escape. The cultist you see in front of you is of medium humanoid build, but covering his face is a mask. There's a hood drawn, so it's difficult to tell, but it does not resemble a face of any humanoid you know.
Okay. So with that, seeing him resigned after he was surrounded, take a step forward. Well, Aiken, if you don't mind, I think we should see who we're going to talk to here to get some more information from this man.
This cultist is stable, just unconscious, yes?
No, he's not unconscious. He willfully resigned.
Oh, okay.
He surrendered.
Gotcha.
You heard him. Remove your mask.
And no funny business, sir. I would prefer not to kill you.
You'll want to be doing what this gentleman here said. You'll want to see what it's like when he gets a little angry.
With slow, deliberate motion, he reaches back and pulls his hood back away from his head. And that's when you see it's not a mask, but instead of very form-fitting stone-esque helmet, it is completely encapsulated his head. He then removes his hands from his head and puts them back up in like a surrendering posture.
So it looks like the mask has just like been melded over his head. He can't take it off.
Correct. It looks like it is completely over his head.
Ah, well, that would make things difficult then. Well, we were seeking cultists and it seems we found some. Who are you?
With a gesture, he just brings both hands in and taps his mouth and shakes his head and puts his hands back up.
Perhaps you're barking up the wrong tree there. This individual's not going to give you anything.
Well, he seems to be tight-lipped, though maybe not of his own accord. Are you unable to speak, sir?
He does the same motion and nods his head.
Well, getting information from this one will prove to be difficult. I'll kind of look down towards these torches in the path where they were trying to escape. What's off that way? Are there more of you?
As you make a way to look, you see a series of torches, two that are sitting here, and then they go to a single row that begins to snake off into the distance where you lose sight of him. He points down towards the path, nods, and he points to himself, points to the path, and nods.
Ah, there are more then. Gonna look around at everyone, say, well, we were seeking cultists, ones that had you, Aiken, under lock and key on that ship that we found you on. Should we go see and greet some more, or should we call our blessings for the day that no one got hurt and move on?
I reckon we better go down there and take a look at this. I don't think I'm quite okay with these individuals roaming around our neck of the woods, at least.
Quite right, my
That's another
sentiments,
point.
exactly.
The ledger stated they're moving cargo, suggesting that slaves would be amongst their rank.
I am going to pull out some rope and instruct this guy to turn around, attempt to tie his hands and feet.
Before you do that, Aiken, silent sir, how many more of them are there down that pathway?
He taps himself in the chest and then holds up 6 fingers.
6 more.
And that's if we are to assume
I
this
imagine you're
individual's not...
scribbling this.
Oh yeah, just pulling out my book and
right.
starting to write.
As he does that, he taps his chest twice, draws a hand motion across his throat, and points to his mask and raps on it with his knuckles.
Do I have any idea what he's trying to say?
Yeah, everybody give me insight checks that sees it.
All right.
Okay.
Very matter-of-factly, you understand this. For him to be saying there's one more not like him, dangerous, that put the helmet on it.
That'll kind of tilt my head. So this guy has a helmet forcibly put on him, thinks the guy's dangerous. Are you a slave to this individual that you're referencing with your gestures?
He knocks his helmet and nods.
Kind of glance around at everybody else. Are the other bodies wearing similar helmets?
Yeah. When the RPA, you can see the one laying in the road has through magic has had his hood scorched mostly and pushed off, and underneath you see his head is completely encased in the same mask, identical.
Seems some foul business is afoot. I'd prefer not to kill this one, at least until we get some more information, but I would like to know what manner of creation, possibly, or magic, whoever this person is using on them.
Another thing of note, all of you that have spent time around cultists or have seen them, understand that these men are all wearing Cult of the Dragon garb.
Based on what kind of check to recall what I would know of the Cult of the Dragon as far as their followers being devoted to dragons and how many of them are forced into slavery?
Knowledge check?
Insight or just a straight intelligence? History?
Yeah.
Okay. Not great at history, but...
You don't know much more about the cult than most. Having more interaction with people who've had interaction with the cult on the lower parts of the Sword Coast, led you to realize that these are ruthless but fairly disciplined. You have no knowledge of them wearing anything like this.
Mm. So if we assume this individual really is a slave as he's playing up to be, where does that leave us?
Look, we'll tie him up, and when we handle the other guy, we can figure out what to do about this mask and get him to talk.
That seems a adequate enough plan. I don't think he'll be going anywhere. He did surrender willingly. I'd prefer not to execute him or anything as barbaric as that.
I think he surrendered willingly because he knew we were going to probably take his life.
It's a good
he
motivation.
Points to you after you say that and nods.
Well, if nothing else, he is at least somewhat intelligent.
More than we can say for the rest of his friends here.
As that one over there tried to hurt me.
Pulling out the rope, he's gonna lay down on his side and put his arms behind him. He's not gonna fight you at all.
Yes, I think we've got enough from him. Let's go investigate this after Aiken gets done tying up this individual. I'd very much like to know what's going on here.
Belgate, could you assist him with that, please?
I will need a sleight of hand check.
Mm-hmm.
It's an advantage because you're getting helped.
Oof.
All right. 11 it is.
All right. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Very well.
I'm gonna instruct him to sit down by the rocks. I'm ready when y'all are.
Walk up after he's secured. It looks fairly safe now, so I'll walk forward and look down at him, looking at the pathway. I would advise not going too far, especially if you want any help from us that may release you from this servitude that you claim to be under. We'll return, hopefully, after we deal with whoever did this to you.
If you try anything sly, I might just lose my religion and take your life, if you understand what I'm saying.
You see him kind of nod, drop his head, chin to chest, in complete resignation.
Very well. Shall we continue down this path, see what we can find?
Yeah, Flatfoot's gonna just start walking around the rest of the group.
And start heading down the path.
Together. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna head on south.
Excellent. So as you start making your way down the path, it goes through thicker and thicker underbrush. But as you see out in the distance, the tree line starts to clear into what looks to be an opening. Night starts to fall, and you hear a slight crack of thunder and rumble in the distance, or rumble and crack of thunder in the distance, and a slight pitter-patter of rain begins to fall on you. As you make your way towards the end of the clearing, you see that it's not an open prairie, but instead a hole. And as you get close to the hole, you see it's been you've stumbled across an old quarry, but it's not the visuals of the quarry that have your attention at the moment, so much as the dissonance of that quarry. Huddled in a corner in a tight mass are what you can only assume to be slaves. Sporadically placed around the broken down wagons, creating a makeshift camp. You see similar cultists, 6 of them, going about mundane tasks, such as setting up camp. In between the cultists and the slaves, you see what appear to be the remains of 2 slave people, bodies mutilated and destroyed beyond recognition. And then in the far southwest corner, you see a globe of shimmering darkness standing out. This is a very well-lit encampment, and the absence of light is almost as disturbing as the sight you see before you.
What's that? I'm looking at this very intently, pulling out my ledger.
I have no idea.
I do declare I've never seen anything like that.
Do I recognize anything about this,
Yes,
globe?
give me an Arcana check.
Advantage?
No, you recognize this immediately as a darkness spell.
Oh, I cast one of those, of course. That's a darkness spell's been cast in that area. To what end, I wonder, though?
I'm going to need stealth checks from everyone who is going to be whispering.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt anything.
Jesus.
Those rolls tonight, man.
I've rolled 3 times, and I've had a natural 20 somewhere.
In all 3 of them.
You should use those now.
Fuck, a fight's about to break out and I'm start rolling ones.
I know. Yeah.
Shit.
That's the worst part.
Okay. I'll have you do it. Every once in a while you sit here and talk.
Okay. Well, it does appear that they have some slaves here and more of those hooded figures. I'm not sure what's going on inside that darkness spell, however. I suppose we should work out our approach here while we still have the element of surprise. Do we offer them their lives if they surrender, or do we go in, well, in a heavy-handed kind of way, I suppose?
Well, what more do you intend on learning from these individuals? Doesn't seem like they're very much caring to have conversation, at least not forthright.
Yes, but I do prefer not to take life needlessly, rather. I could give them the chance to surrender before we, well, do the dirty business.
And then we'll be running all over Hell's Half Acre here, trying to take care of each one of these. I'm not so sure we're going to be able to save them all. Maybe 1 or 2. Do our best, I guess.
We already saved 1, so...
Yes,
well,
this one's not exactly fighting us very much on it, which is good for us.
Well, I am willing to go along with the group's decision on this. If we would like to go in...
1 out of 7 is still 1.
1 out
It
of
is
7
just
is
1,
1.
yes. But then I'll kind of point over to the northeast of the quarry. Say, my priority, if nothing else, is to save the lives of those chained and bound there before any more are needlessly killed. The rest, well, they've made their choice one way or another, I suppose.
Yes, my concern isn't for the slave drivers as it is for the slaves. We need to make sure they're safe and get them out of here as quickly as possible.
Well, very well. I'm not much use in rescue operations, but I may be able to keep an eye on things from up here while the rest of you head down, if that's more suitable to your talents.
I mean, if we're wanting to attempt to save as many lives as possible, I can attempt to calm their emotions a little bit as we approach them, but I have a feeling it's not going to really fall on ears that are worth hearing it.
They're most likely going to attack us.
I'm almost certain of that.
Well,
Better to take the initiative then, I suppose.
Weren't you snuck up on last time we left you alone?
I was okay. I got better. Kind of looking at where the boom suit has some new scratches from where he was attacked earlier. It's fine.
Alright, so then we're gonna approach this. Who's gonna take lead here?
Scott will not be.
yeah, I
Not
can.
me.
Alright.
Tiber just kind of flexes his hands and like they begin to sparkle and crackle as cracks his knuckles.
Alright, I'll follow behind you then, Aiken. And everybody else, if you want to follow suit, we'll get there in no time.
I will need stealth checks again from everyone, please.
No, my streak.
Hey.
Mm-mm.
Hey.
Oh, okay. That's nice and split.
As you begin to get up and move, forgot everybody's names. Aiken and Archimedes both stand up to begin moving around and don't realize that their heads now are clearly exposed to the quarry below. You hear grunts and shouts, and I need initiative from everyone.
Alright, well, so much for the element of surprise, I suppose.
Well, this will give him a chance to surrender, I guess.
It's gonna give him a chance to do something, that's for sure.
Fuck.
Let's get this up here.
No, that's not what I wanted.
Oh god, the darkness has initiative. I'm terrified now.
Well, I don't want it to. I want this fucking token. I don't need it. There we go.
Oh, did you put it on top of something?
Yeah.
Set it on.
Yeah.
Put it on the map layer. So right click on it.
I
Send
need,
it to
I need
map
to
layer.
move it too.
Oh.
I got a bunch of layers of stuff going on here.
Gotcha.
You know what? That'll actually work though. You know what?
Yeah, map layer would
that
still
actually
work
looks
on that.
better. I like that as the initiative.
I don't.
I
At
know.
all.
I see a bunch of zeros, and I'm okay with a bunch of zeros.
All right, so
Stay zeros. Fuck. Those are not zeros.
These motherfuckers
Those are
did
not
not roll zeros. Nat 20. Oof.
I don't like that.
Chad, I'm gonna be stuck in Flatfoot
I mean,
accent all night.
Oh, I need the level
I'm
so I can have
so
AoE. Fireball in
prepared
this instance
to
would be
talk like
grand.
Flatfoot. I even sat down and had a little watch of House of Cards the other night, just to make sure I got my accent quite right here.
And then a hole. Alright. Well, thematically, that'll be interesting. What is your dex modifier, Zorn?
So players go before NPCs, and then players go if it's matching on players would then go by dex.
I'm down with that.
It makes things so much
easier.
easier.
A 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, making looking strong. What you gonna do?
We've decided
the fighter.
We've decided tonight's not the night we are going to die. So
This is a switch. This is a vertical switchback. So the hole is 45 feet down, and each one of these drops is 15 feet, to a total of 3 of them.
Okay, so like if somebody wanted to slide and go from like here to here, it would be a 15-foot drop.
It's more of a vertical drop.
Yep.
So think of it more steep. You could hop down it for sure.
Yep.
I am going to move forward to right here. And I'm going to shout down at them, you guys should probably surrender.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have my crossbow out and ready. If they make any actions, I'm going to hold that action and shoot them in the face.
Alrighty. Archimedes.
All right, kind of echoing Aiken, I'm gonna move forward, yelling out, yes, it would be in your best interest to surrender. We've already taken care of your sentries. It's not going to go well for you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna kind of get up here where I have a good view of everything, and I am gonna...
Give him hell, Archimedes.
Trying to think of what to do.
Fireball, dead center.
Yeah, if I had 3rd level. Alright, I am going to cast... Or no, I'm going to hold Firebolt. If they start readying weapons like crossbows or longbows or anything to start shooting at us, or if they start running up the switchback, I am going to Firebolt the one that attacks first or runs first.
Okay. Alrighty. This cultist in the back, hearing the shouts of alarm, immediately picks up a longbow at his feet and pulls an arrow back and knocks it.
You may want to
that's
reconsider that, my friend.
Yeah, that's going to be me releasing my action at that guy. Which one was it?
Southeast.
Sorry, I didn't see your mark. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, far away is that?
50.
Oh, we should be good with a crossbow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Get 60 feet before you start taking disadvantage.
Yep.
I thought it was more than that. It was like 90.
Which crossbow,
For a
though?
crossbow?
It varies based on the crossbow.
The normal crossbow, light crossbow is 80. Heavy is further than that. Heavy is 100.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean...
What were ranged attack rolls? No dex mod or dex mod? Strength mod?
Dex and proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're proficient in it.
Alright, I was just making sure I didn't actually...
I'm sure he is.
I didn't actually have that made.
Oh, okay. So the firebolt flies wide, but the crossbow bolt does not.
Yeah.
The bolt flies through and cuts a chunk of his arm as he releases the arrow at noise.
So many notifications, man.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yikes,
Yep, there's nothing I can do against that.
There's nothing you can do against that.
All right, if you die here, I'm not going to
He pulls
revive
the arrow
you.
back and looses it. And as it does, it tears right through the soft spot of your abdomen between two, like, plates in the studded leather armor, dealing 19 damage.
Oh, fuck me. Jesus,
Look,
okay.
Archimedes, I was only joking about you going off dying, all right?
Oh, I do not like this.
And you want to be left
and-
alone.
Tiber's turn. Seeing the arrow hit you, you feel the electrostatic charge coming up behind you as he puts his hand on you.
Oh, Tiber, you don't have to. Okay.
Brace for it.
For 11. So a solid jolt of energy comes behind you and he kind of pats you on the back and starts making his way
I feel like every time he heals
to the edge
somebody,
of this quarry here.
I feel like every time he heals somebody, they should take one less healing because of a jolt
One
of like
temporary
damage.
damage.
Yeah, and
No.
that's me.
I need that.
I'm up here. You wanted the
Oh,
other
sorry,
one.
Toronto token.
Yep.
Yeah, my bad.
Yep.
Sorry.
So if you want to grab him and drag him down, there you go.
Say here.
Yes, thank you, Tiber. Oh,
This cultist is going to release an arrow at Aiken. Does a 12 hit?
I forgot. Hold on now.
This cultist is going to take a shot at Tiber.
Mine's gonna
Belgit.
miss.
Gonna go ahead and move up as close as I can. I believe my friend said you should surrender. It's behoove you if you did.
Chat, I love this mic, by the
Yeah.
way. It sounds so good.
Master?
And the background noise is like minimal.
Is that, did you say that was your
Amazing.
turn?
Yeah.
Okay. This cultist is going to draw a saber and come running up and run flush up against the wall, looking up, but trying to give himself cover.
Why can't these people just let things be?
This cultist is going to do the exact same. Oh. Cat's fighting. Alright, Flatfoot.
Flatfoot's gonna look down at Archimedes and kind of gauge the amount of pain he's in since I can't see any health bars.
I have all of those changed.
Yeah, no, I got nothing. I mean, if you change them, you have to update each token in the character sheet and then re-drag those tokens over. Otherwise, if you just
that might
copy
be the
paste and drop them in, yeah, it'll do the same thing.
yeah, we fixed it last session. You
But
probably
yeah,
just wrote
no,
these over
it's-
from the character sheets.
It's all good. So I'm gonna look down at
No,
Archimedes.
I copied the other ones and pasted them over here.
Yeah, but you drug them from the other page, and it would copy the initial attributes. It won't copy the ones from the journal itself.
That's silly.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So I have to drag them from the from the actual
Yeah,
character
so
sheet
you'd
every
have to
time.
drag them from the journal over. But that's okay. I'll look down at Archimedes and kind of give him a quick once over. Does he look like he's still feeling the effects from that spell that was cast? Or the
No,
no, it wasn't a spell. It was the arrow.
light-
Yeah.
The shock, the actual like convulsion made the arrow snap.
Okay.
So instead of being lodged in him, it's gone, and the hole seems to be mostly closed.
Okay, so he looks pretty good. Flatfoot's gonna step forward, kind of look down. quick passive perception. Do I see the individuals that are kind of tucking underneath of the ledge down here?
You do. You saw them.
Okay, I saw them kind of rush over that way.
They have cover now from you.
Yep. All right. So with that, 1 sec. Range 60 feet and a 20-foot spear. See, yeah. Okay, centered right here, kind of going all around. Flatfoot is going to reach up to his medallion to Saloon and cast Calm Emotions over the individuals all to the south down there.
Okay.
They need to make a charisma saving throw with a DC of 14.
All right, charisma of 14.
Otherwise, they fall into the effects of Calm Emotions.
1,
Oof.
2, 3, 4.
Half of them. All right, so two of them now suddenly feel calm. They don't understand why there's so much hostility. Everything to them is kind of, they're like, all right, well, no, it's fine. We're under the effects of this. We no longer care.
It's the perfect icon.
Yep. And that lasts for a minute, and I am now concentrating on that spell.
All right. You see, both of the two, as the magic takes hold, their limbs kind of go slack. Both holding bows in their hand, kind of looking down at it questioningly. What do I need this for? As they do that, do any of you speak Infernal?
No, I don't believe I do.
I speak a dialect of it?
If you speak a dialect, you would be able to understand the basic premise of it.
Yeah, I speak primordial, but
Yeah.
only kind of fits into Infernal
Yeah.
and the others.
That would mean you would understand it as Infernal, and also understand that you don't speak it.
Don't understand
I
this.
understand Spanish. When I hear it, I know it's Spanish.
I know exactly
I do
what
not know
Spanish
what's being
sounds like.
said. Yeah. So in an incredible, gravelly, almost sickening tone, you hear orders being barked. And how many of you are on the steps? How far?
Now, we gave y'all warning if y'all don't lay down arms and have a little discussion with us, bad things are about to happen to you.
In common, in a very gravelly tone, you start to hear laughter. It is not I who the bad things are about to happen.
Oh, you can go ahead and pretend, but I know otherwise, my friend.
You see... Oh, I gotta get to that. The darkness start to fade away. And as you do so, you see a devil in its place. Standing about medium height, with taut red skin, pulled across every bit of sinew, but its face is where you see the difference. Where its chin should be what looked to be a dozen snakes start writhing and snapping. And with a grin, he holds up a black pendant and opens his hand. And arcs of archaic and eldritch lightning come firing out of his hand toward...
So we still see the darkness spell, just so you know.
No, sorry. Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh,
on our screen we still see it. So right click and drop it to GM layer, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. And then we don't see the token, so if you click on to go to GM layer, you might have to move the darkness circle away to move your NPC to the token layer.
I hit move, and I guess it just didn't.
Yeah, for whatever
There.
reason, it didn't show.
Ta-da!
And yep, just outside.
Okay. Well, that's disconcerting.
I need.
Seen a great many things in my life, but I ain't no seeing any devils.
I need reflex saving throws from Flatfoot, Belgit, and Archimedes.
So deck saves.
Correct.
Oof. That's all right.
You say
Deal
that
with
now?
it. I'll deal with it, whatever it is.
One person's been hit by attack and it took 3/4 of my HP. That's all I'm saying.
I've decided that I'm going to talk in this this accent the entire session, so I don't forget how to talk in this accent.
Archimedes, I'm gonna need a reflex or the deck save from you, please.
Oh, I thought I was out of range.
No, you were not.
Well, no, you are not.
Everyone with Belgit and Archimedes, you're gonna save. Flatfoot, you are not.
Yeah,
As
Flatfoot's
the
not.
electrical energy reaches out and touches your core, your soul. You take 16 points of damage and halved for the other two.
Man, that does not feel
Really?
good.
So 8 to us. Okay.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask that you keep it down there. No more of those kind of outbursts in my house.
Seeing his two compatriots kind of stammer, he's going to reach out and try and grab them and shake them out of the magic. Or shake them out of into sense, but it's not working.
Well, he's going to try.
They get a save at the end of their turn. Correct?
Yeah, so if a creature fails, suppresses.
Okay.
Turn. Yeah, just looking to see what it is.
That's the very last sentence. The
Yeah.
indifference ends.
The indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed. So it hasn't
Term
witnessed
friends,
any
loosely.
of its friends being harmed, and we haven't attacked anything else yet.
Yep. So he's trying to shake him, but nothing.
Yeah, it's just
What are you
not
doing?
snapping out of it.
Yeah. Hagen.
And you could jump down too.
How big is this rock?
How big is the rock?
Yeah.
At the corner.
It's sloped, it's clean. Like the rocks that are on it would be not very large. Maybe sized like a pumpkin.
Okay.
Okay. And how far is that drop now?
20 feet. 30 feet, sorry. 30 feet to the ground.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna reload my crossbow, lean over the edge, and shoot at this one.
Effective strategy.
Oof.
As you lean forward almost a little too far, and the back of the bolt actually comes out of the fitting. So when it releases, the arrow harmlessly snaps, or the bolt harmlessly snaps away.
Then I'm going to move up to here and end my turn.
All right, Archimedes.
Well, I don't like that. I think that this creature needs my attention. Let's see, and I'm going to... Oof, man, that's fine. I'm going to hold my hands out. The invention magic taking hold with my last second level slot. And I will reckless cast at second level.
All right. Exciting.
Alright, here it comes. Oh, can't see it. There we go.
Darkness.
Okay.
Well, that's not quite as helpful
It's
as
super
you'd like.
convenient for me.
Yeah, you already have it there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna attempt to obstruct this guy. Maybe he won't be able to see us now, even though it clearly seemed like he could see us earlier. Actually, I'm gonna interpose it in between us. So like,
Is it that you see? I don't think so. I think that you were targeting him, correct? Like,
yeah, I'm still unclear on how we're gonna do the AOE stuff. I guess yeah, that makes sense because that's gonna affect everything else too. Just hopefully I'll never target myself with a spell and then freaking rock fireball.
That would be super unfortunate.
So it's 20 feet.
Oh wait, I have to wait. Let me double check something. I think I rolled twice. Expend a cell slot and roll twice, and then pick one. Yes, I need to roll one more time. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use the second one. I don't know what that does quite yet.
It basically for strength checks and such, they have disadvantage, I believe. Double check that, but I'm pretty
make a
sure that's what it
range-
is.
Oh, I've got to make a ranged spell attack against the target.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You
So
guys can
that's
see that clearly now, right?
What's that?
Darkness went away?
monster. Yeah, darkness is gone.
Okay.
20 plus 5. Oh, plus 2. 10 to hit.
What are you hitting? The devil.
Yeah, I was centered on him, so yeah. 10 to hit that dude.
That is going to miss.
That is unfortunate.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, seeing spells and everything coming out, and my invention magic, the white glyph fading away after this ray of enfeeblement fails, I am going to look over at my comrades, say, I'll be right back. I'm going to take some cover for a moment, and retreat back over here, kind of hunkering down to where hopefully I have some cover from everybody else.
For flavor, when you throw that necrotic magic at it, it's almost like water hitting, like, oil. Like it just separates and just it envelops him and becomes useless.
Okay.
Well, that's a
My
wonderful
spells seem to be
feeling.
having issues. Good luck. Beware of that one. He seems powerful. I'm just gonna hunker down back here.
This one, having seen, you know what? You didn't care about that guy. All right. He is going to break free.
So
magical.
with the indifference, they don't have to actually save.
Oh.
So if
Is there a save?
there is a save, but they don't have to save if I cast the indifference. Like, they're indifferent with us. They don't give a shit. And that's kind of what I was doing. I was just trying to pacify all of them. But the
Okay.
moment they saw that their friend was being attacked, they immediately snapped back and they were like, oh, wait, no, this is bad.
Well,
And they
I'm
came
going to
back.
roll for these guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
like
good
this
with
one
that.
is going to save. The only reason I say that is because it was the devil that was attacked. Not
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
friends, but violence in general. Like, all right,
Yeah.
that'll trigger a save at least. You can't
got
not do anything.
I'm good with that.
But that will be his turn as he kind of snaps out of it. So seeing this devil appear, Tiber, you see him visually like tense, and as he looks up, as the rain slowly begins to intensify, he sees a crack of lightning arc across the sky, and in unison with that crack of lightning, jumps, mace high above his head, as he comes down on top of the devil. And a cacophonous boom, both he and lightning from the sky strike the earth, and in a flash, they're both gone.
Well, that didn't quite work out to our favor now, did it?
Tiber?
Without getting a chance to think, another volley of arrows. First one aiming at Aiken. 18.
That will hit.
Well, that's super unfortunate for all of us.
For 9 damage. This guy. You know what? That cacophonous boom shook him out of it. Whether he liked the guy or not, he realized danger was right there just a second ago. Belgit.
What?
What?
I'm gonna slide down in front of, I forget Zorn's character's name.
Aiken.
Aiken.
You're just gonna slide down the
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to just get to him?
Trying to get down the hill as fast as possible.
Okay. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check with DC 12. There we go. So I'm going to allow you to slide down and only use 10 feet of your movement.
Alright.
Imagine you just kind of kick your feet out from underneath you and slide your butt. Like, just scoot down the side of this thing and land dwarfly.
I do that again, and if I make the check
Sure.
again, swing it
Give me
back.
another
Okay.
Strong.
Yeah. You slide down, and as you hit the ground, it's 1-2 steps, jump, slide down the next one, and you're right in his face. Swing away.
Right. Swinging the battle axe.
You go home.
Oh, no rage.
Alright. 4 slashing damage. Alrighty. Anything else?
Of course he is. 'Cause why would he be
No,
within range
I
of
think
me?
that's it. Yeah.
Alrighty. So as you slide down, still carrying your momentum, you make a big overhand chop. Enough force to still catch him, but you telegraphed it far enough that he was able to avoid the brunt of it. Hey, it's his turn. Seeing a chance, he is going to try and introduce you to his sword. Oof. And just clinks off the top of your shoulders and helmet. Doesn't even get down to the meaty part of you.
He ain't got no gentleman.
This guy is going to jump to the side and advance on you as well. Oof.
Oof.
Ow.
If I could advise y'all to stop taking so much damage.
And he strikes you for 17 damage. Or 16, sorry. 16.
It's not any better.
It is one better.
It's moderately better.
Yeah, it's not great.
By definition, it is better.
Yeah. Flatfoot.
Alright. Flatfoot, kind of seeing all of the carnage going around here. Gonna look back. Archimedes, how's he looking?
Not good. He is kind of limping and favoring one arm.
Alright.
Before I wanted to get too far, I wanted the flavor for delegates. With a big overhand chop, exposed his armpit. And that's where he drove the tip of his dagger is down into your like shoulder and rib cage before he pulled it out.
All right. So with that, yeah, here we go. So with that, taking a quick second, just looking over something here real quick. You're going to watch again as Flatfoot reaches up towards his medallion for Saloon. As he grips onto it, you hear him say, "Bless these fools, they don't quite understand what they are doing right now." And with that, to Belgit, he is going to give 8 points of healing to him through Healing Word. And then using my primary action, going to use Channel Divinity, Preserve Life. I can share up to 20 points of healing to anybody within 30 feet of my location. I'm going to give 10 of it over
clerics, man.
to
They're so good.
Archimedes, another five to Belgit, and 5 to myself.
All right.
Life care
It looks
clerics
really
are so
cool
good.
from you standing on that like ledge like that too. Just kind of exploding out from the rocks.
Who'd you give HP to?
10 to Archimedes, 5 to Belgit, and 5 to myself. So I am tapped out.
Oh, okay, I needed that. Thank you.
Anything else? You gonna move?
Nope. I took 5 foot of movement, and I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
All right. This guy's going to pick up his longbow and fire it at Aiken. 13.
No.
And then he's going to, seeing the fight kind of unfolding, he's going to throw the longbow down and draw a saber and start moving forward. Aiken.
Alright, now that Belgut's down there, I'm going to mimic him and stay here. I'm going to give you an acrobatics check.
Thank you.
Can I do athletics?
Yeah, either way. Yeah, you, instead of sliding on your butt, you actually stay on the balls of your feet and kind of surf down.
Awesome.
Nice.
And then we're going to be swinging at this guy.
Alrighty.
And then bonus action, we'll hit him with a backswing.
Alright. The first attack will connect, but the backswing will not.
Alright. For 10 damage.
Oof. Yeah, you strike in and you hit him actually. I mean, you hit him square enough to make him flinch backwards just to evacuate the space with a backswing.
Nice.
You were attacking this guy, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
That will end my turn.
Alrighty. Archimedes is going down.
All right, stand back up, feeling a bit rejuvenized from that. Yes. I'm going to assist my comrades moving back over here, using 15 feet of my movement. Oh, I see several more moving forward, a couple that are getting wailed on. This one looks ripe for the picking. I'm going to cast a chromatic orb at him.
Boy,
Chromatic
25
orb.
to hit.
that will absolutely hit him.
Yeah, boy.
And that will be fire damage to him.
Fire damage. Alright. 11. Give me some flavor on that. How do you cast that? What does it look like coming from Archimedes?
So yeah, just a smaller kind of white glyph appearing in front of his hand as he holds a hand up. And as this bolt of energy that's kind of tumbling through the different elements, between acid, cold, and fire and lightning, right before it hits him, it settles on this orange-reddish glow of fire, hitting and bursting apart on him.
Is he on fire? There's just
no, just damage.
Okay. So like a wave of heat and embers blast across him, clearly burning a little bit of skin on his, what is exposed on his neck and arms. He definitely did not like that.
Yes, take that, ne'er-do-well, and I'm going to retreat back to where I was.
Where I was safe.
Peek forward, blast him, run back.
Hit and run tactics.
Hit
Classic
and run.
wizard.
Kiting.
Hiding, yes.
This one is going to charge up, bow out, and release one at Flatfoot after seeing the healing magic. 5.
Well, unfortunate
So
for
that will
him,
miss.
that's gonna miss.
He's then going to discard his longbow and draw his sword as well.
Might want to rethink that strategy before you come attacking me again. You understand?
Much of the same. He's not going to get in range, but he is going to fire an arrow at Aiken as he runs up. I haven't been adding. Just roll flat. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. Bow dropped. Sword out. And another shot at Flatfoot.
Unless
Does a
you
12
have no.
Nope. And then he is going to move up. I'll get.
Saying through his teeth, we offered you peace. Now you get none. Go ahead and go in rage. And which one hit me again?
No, the one at the bottom of the two.
One at the bottom?
This one here.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, swing the battle axe at him.
14 hits.
And bonus action, shield bash.
And a 17 hits.
Jesus.
Wowie clap.
Fucking
Max
barbs.
damage.
Wowie clap.
Alright, tell me how you kill him.
Battle axe is gonna go to the gut to try and fold him in half, and then as soon as the head drops a little bit, overhead smash with the shield.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
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 You did warn him. I mean, you did.
Stone Skull salutes you.
And kind of like
Right.
Babe Ruth the axe at the one that's still standing. You're next.
Like calling him out, like, motherfucker, your turn.
Seeing you destroy his brother in arms, he's going to take one vicious swing. He's going to reverse grip on the sword and just try and drive it down straight through you.
Oh, you will try. Oh, God. Oh, no. Could you stop that, please?
16! Take it!
You are raging, though. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
yeah.
You are raging.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Never forget your rage.
Get your
My,
sticky notes.
Never.
Yeah, now I need to get new sticky notes.
my dice is hot, boys.
Oh, God, I wish I was level 5.
And
This guy's dead AF.
I will be taking my attack of opportunity against him.
Like a sentinel.
It's a 15 hit. Yeah,
15 does hit.
for 6 damage.
Imagine he drives the sword down with both hands and like gains purchase, and as soon as he does, he can no longer parry the attack that he did not see coming. Right over the dwarf. Wow. Alright, Flatfoot.
Y'all gonna make me get down there. Gonna glance down at Belga. How bad does he look?
He took a pretty, from your angle, he took a near fatal shot.
Well, that's not gonna do, is it? Flatfoot's gonna hurtle down this steep here. What do you need?
Yeah. Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah, we're gonna athletics that. Ugh.
Oof.
So it's gonna use all of your movement.
To move to
slide
here?
down.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna work, friends. Sorry. As
you can lean back on your shell, but as you came down, it kind of went almost to where you were on your back. It took you a second to lean back up and get on your feet.
All right. So with that, because I can't see from where I'm currently standing, I can't see Archimedes. I'm gonna peer down the side and taking a quick second, I'm gonna cast Aid. Again, gripping on to the medallion and then reaching down into my component pouch and pulling out a small white strip of cloth. Everybody heals up for 5, and then you get 5 temporary hit points as well. And at the beginning of your turn, I believe it is, you get 5 hit points again. Is that how? No, that's not how this one works.
That's
refresh.
heroism.
Yeah, that's heroism.
Oh no, this is...
Yeah, it's
This,
different spell.
this is 5 and 5, so you get 5 for your regular HP, and then you get 5 temp HP as well. And with that, just gonna double check and make sure. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be everything. Yep, that's everything. Y'all need to stop
All
dying
right.
down there.
This guy's turn.
Was that hitting me too? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, that heals the 3 of us down here. I can't see Archimedes from where we're at.
I'm fine. Thank you, though.
This guy is going to move up and try and grapple. Belget's ankles, drag him down.
Yeah, that's a fail.
That's
Nope.
adorable.
Nice try, though.
Grabbed an ankle. It's like, are you a hurt tree? And that was
Wait
his
your
turn.
turn.
One at a time, please.
You're up, Zone.
All right. This guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Halberd and a backswing.
Those are some
2
rough,
swings and 2 misses.
rough rolls.
Sorry, the first one was the halberd.
Having watched his buddy, or his cohort, get absolutely decimated by an attack over the top of the dwarf, he was ready for it this time and just stepped slightly out of your range.
That'll end my turn.
Okay. Archimedes.
Well, that worked out last time, so let's try it again. Getting a bit dry on my magical energy, unfortunately, so I am going to... Can I see this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
extended like top of his body up over the edge, trying to grab at Velvet's ankles.
I don't know what he's doing trying to grab our dwarf friend, but he shouldn't be doing that. I am going to cast Firebolt on him.
Ooh.
This spell.
If
Seem to have
only,
forgotten how
like,
to use this.
if only those rolls from earlier were happening right now.
Right, if
Right?
only I was rolling 20s. Well, you're doing a great job, everyone. I am cheering you on as I retreat back behind the wall.
From way
and hide.
back here.
This one
Alright.
is going to move up and plant his foot and leg like down in the ground in a brace position. And this guy is going to run up and be boosted.
Yeah, as he's flying through the air, I want to.
What's
It's not
that?
really flying through the air per se.
Okay, Cole is on his way up before he gets
Yeah.
a foothold.
You're gonna. It's an attack of opportunity.
Yep. Whole arm master. And then hold on, let me read real quick.
Can you link it? Did you?
Yeah, pole arm master.
Yeah, did you put it in your little traits thing to link it? There you go.
I'm reading something else, so give me 1 second. Okay. I want to expend a superiority dice and use pushing attack when I hit him with that.
Yeah.
Do it.
What? Get that
So
loaded up.
I'm just looking to see what I need to do.
D8, I think, or D6. I can't remember what your superiority die is.
Probably an 8. I think D6 is like 6th level. Or
I thought I wrote enough notes, but apparently I didn't.
D10 is 6th level.
D8.
Yeah.
Yeah, D8 is what you're gonna roll, and then pushing attack is a strength saving throw from the bad guy. The DC is whatever your.
Boom.
Ooh, nice. 8
Yeah,
plus
my-
your proficiency.
Yeah, it's
plus
a
your
my
strength.
DC is a 14.
So he's
Yeah, he rolled a 9. Yeah, he saved.
But he
But he still takes.
roll your halberd.
D4. Yeah, damage for bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, he'll take an additional 8 damage, and then the halberd damage was 7. So,
This is D4 for that attack.
oh yeah, sorry.
Use the same ability modifier, but the damage is D4.
Yep.
Plus your strength. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it says here that it's added to the damage roll. The D8 is.
Correct, but you still need to roll a 1d4 for the backswing of your halberd. So it's that 1d4 plus the 1d8.
No, I'm not doing the backswing. This is just
This
an
is-
attack of opportunity.
this is the last
backswing I've already
paragraph.
used was a bonus action.
This is the last paragraph. It treats it as a standard attack.
Yeah, he's just attacking with this halberd when he entered his range.
Yep. He's treating it as a standard attack, so he would get a standard damage on that.
Okay.
So,
Cool, 15.
yeah, 15.
All right. You see as he comes up, you catch him right on the side of his ribs, trying to like peel him off. You know, as he's trying to, but instead of peeling him off completely, you carve up his side and he rolls up onto the platform, still pulling himself
Okay.
up, but taking a gouge in the side for his troubles.
Alright.
He is going to just get up. And that's going to end his turn. This one is going to use the same boost, but he's going to grab at your ankles, Aiken.
Alright, what do you
Made a strength check.
need? Strength check.
Could we argue Dex on that? Because maybe he's trying to avoid it.
I'm fine with
Okay.
You're not fine with strength. You rolled twice.
Well, whoops. My rolls are dumpy. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
Well, he's going to grab purchase, and as soon as he does, the cultist underneath him is going to pull.
Okay.
And they are going to pull him down off the platform. He's prone.
All right.
Okay, that'll work. Dougie, you just watched Aiken get drugged down into the masses.
Did. I made this guy promise. Swinging battle
Yeah,
axe. One.
Oh. There you go, shield bash it.
Hmm.
Man, you hit like a truck. When you roll low, that's the minimum amount of damage you can do.
Yeah.
Oh.
He tries to turn his blade to deflect the worst of it. But the impact drives him backwards. Anything else?
No, I'm not gonna get my back to that guy. I'm okay right there. No. I'm good.
Alright. This guy is now going to continue his assault on you with renewed vigor now that his compatriots have showed up.
Oh, come on, man.
Goodness.
Come on.
This is getting rude.
Come on, bruh.
That is 16, bruh.
Come on, bruh.
I mean, I don't even have to roll it. He's hit you with 3 crits. That was
Come
same,
on,
dude.
bruh.
Whew. Cue up. Duel of the Fates.
You dead yet?
No, not dead yet.
Thank God.
Flatfoot.
Sorry, I'm back. My food was here.
You are prone on the ground.
Flatfoot is going to slide down this little embankment and land on the platform directly behind Velget. Do you need anything for that? Wasn't a very steep little incline there.
Not unless you plan. If you plan on moving more, then I will.
No,
But if
it's just
you're
straight
not
down, right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, you're just landing sure-footed.
Yep.
more.
So yeah, kind of using his shell to slide down. He slides down this little embankment, lands feet first, reaches forward, immediately placing his hand, thinking he's landing his hand on the back of Belgut. He forgets that he's a dwarf, lands it on the back of his head instead, and gives him 12 points of healing as he casts Cure Wounds. You see once again reaching up, clutching onto his Medallion of Saloon, but that is going to be his turn.
All right.
So hyper-focused Belgut's very pleased with you.
Very pleased. Better
This
be very
one-
pleased, motherfucker.
Is going to, after seeing another monster strike on the dwarf, is going to continue his assault. It's 13.
No, go away.
Sir, we're
Alright.
gonna have to ask you to please step aside and no longer attempt to attack my friend here.
Sir, if you could take a number, I will be with you in a moment.
One at a time, please, sir.
All right, Aiken. You're
All
on
right.
the ground.
Half my movement to stand.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we'll just go with this one in front of me. Halberd backswing.
The swing will hit.
13.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. 13 damage.
That
How do
one
you hit
went.
him? Give me some flavor on that one. Not bad boy.
Oh, I'm standing up, so I imagine I'm just gonna underhand it as I'm coming up, and kind of a reverse backswing.
Mm-hmm.
The spike on the top catches the inside of his thigh, like right behind the knee, and just gouges right through it, causing him to whimper and limp. Archimedes.
Well, this is not going great for me. I'm attempting to help as best I can.
Any minute now, Archimedes.
Yes, I will be assisting very shortly with another firebolt. This guy has appeared here since the last time I looked over. He looks like he needs some fire.
Goes back to you. There you go.
25, yay!
Much better.
Oh, 3.
No.
4, 3. All right.
Take that, you rapscallion, and run away.
That's the same guy you hit in the face with a chromatic.
Haha.
Which is pretty cool.
Haha! Enjoy all the fire damage.
All right. This guy's going to regain his posture, and seeing Aiken is now going to withdraw his sword. Swing. 13.
No.
All right. Ashy Face is going to take his opportunity to swing at Flatfoot for 11.
Unfortunate for him, that's not going to hit.
An attack on Aiken from this cultist. There's 8.
No.
Back to
Like these
Belgian.
rolls.
All right.
Much
Yeah,
better.
he's Belgian's about to get credit to death with a fixed finish.
Yeah.
That's a hit. And that's a hit. No.
All right. So apparently, that's all I can do is ones on the shield.
Right? You gotta put your back into it. Alright, how'd you do it?
Drop him.
Swing the axe at the knees, and then
At the knees.
Bring- the edge of the shield
Yeah, he's gone now.
like right to the throat.
Ooh. Like kind of gouge it at his throat box, or just trying to like knock him down a little bit,
Oh man.
trying to hit the Adam's apple and just like make him like immediately clutch for
He
his
has to
throat.
reach really far.
Yeah,
Like just
just
I
reaching
imagine
upward,
does
trying to
the-
jab it into his throat.
Well, it does a little bit of the, like, throws it almost, you know what I mean? Like, some slight
Captain America
America
type
throw
throw.
it, hit him, and then reach out and grab it when it bounces, just a little bit back. He's not making it bounce off the walls of the quarry or anything.
it's later. Later in the campaign.
Later. Alright. Anything else?
Yeah, call down to this guy. Now it's your turn.
This dude's dead and Flatfoot.
All right, with that and feeling what are they wielding? Like scimitars?
Longsword.
Longswords. Feeling the longsword kind of bounce off of the shell of Flatfoot, he's gonna kind of watch his facial expression as he almost like raises an eyebrow and looks back behind him, and he clutches his mace in his right hand and just with a backhand smashes this guy across the face with it,
Yes, he does.
dealing 4 bludgeoning damage. And as he does, smacking him in the face, he's going to look at him and kind of lift the mace up to him and say, I think you chose the wrong person to mess with here. I have a feeling you might want to reconsider things a little bit.
As you look up at his face and neck that's kind of charred and blistered from being on one side from being scorched and now the other side from being hit with a mace, his face isn't much to look at this point.
And then with that, that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right. Desperate attack at Belga from this guy. 4, I don't think is going to do it.
Probably not.
And Aiken's back on deck.
I'm gonna go after the same one.
All right.
Oof.
The 12 will miss, but the 16 will connect.
8 damage for that.
Alrighty. As you just, he dodges the swing, and the second one comes through and connects him again, like right in the ribs. He's trying to use his sword to parry your reach advantage, but it is not working. Anything else?
I know that on my turn.
Archimedes.
Well, I'm gonna take some steps forward. Well, let's try to expedite this process, I think. How's Ashface looking?
Bad.
Bad.
Yeah, he's not looking.
He just
He's
took a
definitely
mace
seen
to the
way better
face.
days.
We're gonna call him Mace Face now.
Mace
Mace
Ashy
face.
face. All right. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna firebolt him again.
Are you
12
though?
will miss.
And I'm back.
All right.
Fucking shit. Damn it.
This one is going to rush forward and try and bull rush Aiken and knock him down.
Which one?
That'll
To
be a
the north
strength
of you.
check. The one to the north of you.
So strength check.
Okay.
Yep.
Strength saver check.
Check.
Check. You see him as he comes in, and you just kind of turn your hips. And instead of the force tackling you, it just kind of brushes
like
and glances off you as he kind of scrambles to
blocking.
gain his footing again. This guy. Mace Face is in a. You hear like what sounds like a muffled yelling as he brings his sword back over top. 14.
No, once again, it's gonna bounce off the shield.
All right. This one is going to try and use a sense of confusion with his friend tackling. Nope. Belgit.
All right. Make my way over this dead body.
There you go.
Overhand swing the axe.
Oh, don't miss.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
All right. I don't have a critical fail table. I don't know if I want to do that. All right. Give me a D10. You want even, not odd.
Oh, okay. How about odd? Is odd
Okay.
okay?
How about odd?
What's odd get me?
Give me a strength check.
Oh no.
Hey, that actually worked out well for you.
All right,
The
yeah.
bigger the strength check, the farther he's going to throw his shield.
Okay.
So as a big overhand swing with the bash, you loose. When you hit nothing but air expecting impact, you almost have your shield like relax in your hands, and you throw it into this space.
Just in time,
Worship
Spinach.
was
You're
the
gonna get to hear my wonderful accent that I'm using for Flatfoot. My fantastic turtle friend.
Anything else?
No.
No? Alright. Flatfoot.
All right, my friend. I think I'm fixing to put an end to all of this nonsense and put you out of your
Absolutely.
misery. 12 is probably gonna miss.
That would be a miss.
Yep. Takes the turtle shell mace and swings it down, but unfortunately isn't in range of him.
Imagine you make the same backhand motion, he just ducks it.
Yeah, like he's like, oh, I've seen that before,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
to learn some new tricks. This one, seeing your shield down, is going to take a chance at a more vulnerable dwarf. 9.
Ouch.
Not gonna do it.
Not enough.
No.
Hagen.
I'm just gonna relentlessly go after that same one.
The backswing hits.
Or 8 again.
8 more. All right, give me some flavor.
Do it.
Right.
Do it.
I imagine that as I swing it down, trying to chop his head off, I get it stuck in the ground, and I just yank it out and stab him in the chest.
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
You do it.
just a bit of like impale him on it. A thump. All right.
Right through the head. You're good. Just hold on.
I'll
To
end
it.
my turn.
All right. Archimedes.
Hold my halibut.
All right, I'm fed up with this. Man, I don't want to use it, but I'm gonna use it. Wait.
I've burned fucking everything so far. Because these guys took
Yeah,
so
we're just
much
gonna. We're not
damage.
gonna
Holy
reckless.
shit.
We're just gonna regular cast another chromatic orb. Mace face is pretty handled, I think. Flatfoot's got him.
Yeah.
How's this guy and the one next to him looking?
Untouched as far as you can tell.
All right, a chromatic orb to this one then. 22 to hit
Nice.
That will hit.
for 19 points of. Ooh, wait. I think something cool happens. 1 second, pulling the spell up. I think this is a spell that like does more damage. Oh wait, no, this isn't it. Okay, yeah, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thunder damage.
Thunder. Echoing the thunder that's going on around you. This one feels way more isolated, as it's almost as if he gets slammed against the wall by the concussive force, and it immediately doubles over in agony.
Yes, take that. Run away.
Just,
Just seeing random magic being tossed over the edge here. Look back up every time you just see red robes just running away.
I see him. No, I don't see him. Never mind.
And he's gone.
did he leave? No, he's still here.
Yeah, he's here.
As he kind of regains his wits, he starts looking around feverishly, and sees the only way out through Aiken. But 7 is not gonna do it.
Mm-mm. It will not.
Mace face. He is gonna do his best to take down Flatfoot.
Now, boy, I've given you enough warnings.
17.
That's not going to be enough.
That's close. Not enough.
Not enough.
Dead. Belgit.
All right. Angry, he's dropped his axe and grab the battle axe with 2 hands, jump up, and try and drive the axe into his shoulder, attacking him recklessly.
14 hits.
AC acquired.
For 11. He takes a good shot, but still, kind of moves away, trying to avoid what could have been a mortal blow.
All right. And the shield is in this square.
No, the square next.
Okay. Next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Move down there, pick it up.
All right.
And I still do the bonus action attack with it.
Nice.
Finish him.
No. Nope. Boo.
Believe
He's attacking recklessly. Yeah, he's attacking recklessly, so he gets
17.
advantage.
Oh, you didn't hear the reckless part.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, 17 will hit.
He was angry that it dropped in the first place.
So, oof. All right.
Rolled a 2 this time.
Let's see. Man, this is nasty. All right, Flatfoot.
Flatfoot's gonna take a look back at Mr. Maceface and say, Think you're getting a little too big for your britches. Keep swinging at me like that, like you know me or something. Think it's about time. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
This guy's
I think it's about time you
Same
fall.
swing, and he ducked it again. I bet
We
you
named
swing
the
it back
NPC
and forth, like horizontal. He's just like underneath. Like, okay, that's you got one move.
If y'all gonna keep that up, then we're gonna have to have some words here in a minute. But that's gonna end his turn, I think.
Anything
One
else?
sec. Let me double check, but I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's gonna end it. Yeah, that's gonna end it.
All right. Being surrounded by the dwarf now, this one is going to again lunge out in desperation.
At advantage because I had my ghost like.
Huh?
I do declare
If
you
he's
should
attacking
stop
me.
moving so damn much.
It's,
Yeah.
he has
Oh, he has
advantage.
advantage. Reckless, right? Yeah, good call. Thank you.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
You motherfucker.
Teacher, please hit me.
Curse fucking being nice to the
Man,
Damn it.
he's like, you get advantage. Oh, do I? Crit. Like,
Well, since he did that,
Literally one end of the spectrum to the other.
oh yeah, so 21 hits,
6 damage.
6 miles.
Wait, can somebody tell me why these slaves haven't jumped up and tried to help us yet?
You can check on your turn. Hey,
Yeah, the one who's in front of me now. We're gonna focus our attention on him.
all right. 17 hits, 14 hits. Uh-oh.
Get him. Strong.
15.
Ooh,
Strong. Beat his ass.
savage.
Beat his ass.
All right.
God, he's still alive. He ain't a beefy ass chromatic orb, too. Jesus.
No.
That will end my turn.
All right.
Not just beefy. Almost like life-threatening to everybody in our party. Beefy.
That's crazy. It's almost like they're dangerous.
Fucking more HP than me.
Yeah.
You know? Archimedes.
Well, that worked out, so surely my firebolt is helping. Mace face, I'm going to hit you with it. 19 to hit. Yes!
Do 3.
9!
There you go. He was at 3 forever.
You see, it's
I kept
funny.
looking, I was like, did I forget something? Like,
No, literally,
Nope, he's just-
literally
nobody
everybody's
can hit it.
missed.
Aha! There you go, Flatfoot. It seemed like you were having trouble with him. I'm happy to help you. Run away.
Happy to help. From over here. All right. This one is going to
Rain hell from the hills.
go back to back with his comrade in arms and attack Aiken. Gonna go down together. Yes, they are. This guy's dead. Oh, good.
All right. Swing the axe low. Nope.
Yep.
So swinging it normally.
Shield high. Oh.
Ooh.
Let's hear it. This better
Wow,
be
you
good.
clap.
Strong.
Yeah, you did.
Are you doing max damage?
Yeah.
So plus an additional 3 because he has a 1d6
Yeah.
roll.
He's dead.
Okay. Yeah.
He had 7. The crit was completely unnecessary.
Yeah. So swing the axe at his midsection, and then kind of step into the shield and kind of push him against the wall with the shield. Just leave him slump there.
Oh. Okay. Just slammed up against the wall, like almost cutting him in half.
Yeah, and then locking. Like if he's not looking at me, like just tap him on the shoulder and be like, "It's your turn."
Oh, your turn. Flatfoot. I'll come in with the turtle shell from the top room.
Yeah, he's actually
Small
gonna look down and kind of you see a bit of a smile kind of cross his face, and he's gonna look down at this last remaining standing one and be like, "You sure you don't want to give up yet?"
You hear like a bloody, just a.
All right. Well, I wonder how that would work if I played this where he dives off the top rope and retracts into his shell. How would you play that?
I would make you make a acrobatics check at disadvantage, maybe.
No.
Because you're not proficient with it.
And I have a 0 to begin with, so it doesn't even matter at that point. I might as well just not even do it.
Well, I'm trying to think. It's not like an attack, so it wouldn't be against his AC. It'd be a reflex save.
It would
Dodge the
be
falling shell.
yeah, it would be I would play that if it was me. I would play that as a dex save versus a standard strength attack. I think that's how I would play it, probably.
Yeah. Kind of like a grapple, but instead of like grappling, in that sense.
Yeah,
you're just
like,
trying to make
you go
like a push.
basically acrobatics versus athletics at that point.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so diving off the top rope, he's going to retract into his shell and attempt to land on top of this motherfucker. So a 15 on an athletics.
All right. He's going to fail.
What
so
kind of
15
damage?
feet. How much do you weigh?
Uh,
His D6
I weigh 426 pounds.
All right, that's a D8 for sure. 400 pounds. Do
Jesus.
do 48. D8 per 100 pounds.
48. Dealing 15
And
bludgeoning
you
damage.
Crush him.
Nice. I'm gonna add that as a an attack here. Shell drop attack.
Shell drop. You're gonna have to have elevation or a way to get up.
So that's a strength plus proficiency, and then we'll do the 48. Good with that.
All right. And holler at me when you ever need to do the break. I don't know how you...
Yeah, let's go ahead and run that now. We're at a good spot.
All right.
Right? I agree.
Yeah, so 5-minute break here.
Yeah, I have to feed my dogs, so I'll be here with the 5-minute mark. I just won't be.
No worries.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Maybe we need to make it 10. I need to grab something to eat too.
That's fine. I'm gonna run the with advantage promo, and then when that finishes, I'll run an additional 5. So that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, just let's do 36 after.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right.
Cool.
All right, guys. So, as you heard me telling them, we're going to run the With Advantage promo. If you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure to pay attention. It is very important. Something that we are working very hard at here to give the entire community, because it's very important to all of us. It's the charity for the Alzheimer's Association. So I ask that you sit down, take 5 minutes out of your day, watch this, understand why we are doing the things we are doing here, and the cause that we're doing it for, and consider being here November 4th through the 8th. So with that, let's jump into our away and play this promo, and then when we get back, we're going to continue the rest of the session, so don't go anywhere, guys.
Bring it back now, y'all.
One hop to
Woo, woo.
One hop this time.
2 hops this time.
All right. Well, it seems that you took care of the rest of them. Where did Tiber go?
Wait. He was just...
He was there, then he jumped off the ledge here next to me, and lightning struck, and now him and the devil are both gone. I'm equally dissatisfied that I don't know what happened, and that I didn't watch it close enough to record what could have happened. Anyone else see anything?
Well, I'll be quite honest with you. I'm just glad that that devil's no longer here anymore. But the fact that we lost somebody in the process, well, that doesn't quite settle with me very well.
Right. Yes. And you just see Archimedes kind of jogging down the hill, and he immediately goes to where the lightning hit and is searching fervently for any signs of what could have happened.
Also, should we do something about the slaves?
Yes. Take care of them.
Wait.
As you're walking by, like, yeah. That's the place here. So I'll do the impact speed first. As you approach it, there is what just soot from like an explosion that happened. What looks to be almost, in the air. As you get towards the center point, where the blast is clear, all that's there at the base is what you recognize as Tiber's pendant, except it's in a perfectly closed circle with the clasp closed.
Well, that's... Tiber's not here, everyone.
What do you mean he's not here?
We saw that whenever he landed and lightning struck wherever it was he was standing. Something not quite right about all of that, but, I'll let it go for now.
Yes, something quite amiss here. Can I pick up the pendant?
Absolutely.
I did find this, if I recall, this was Tiber's, as I kind of hold the pendant up for everybody to see. But nothing else is here, just a small crater where the lightning struck. I don't think it would have destroyed both of them. Tiber seemed to have a affinity for, well, shocking things. I don't think that would have hurt him too much.
So what you're saying is Tiber went out like a bull in a china shop then?
I do not know what that means, but I will say yes, just to be agreeable to you.
And you found a medallion then?
Yeah. Upon closer inspection, the medallion, or the pendant, the center stone, as you look at it, almost looks like the static orb. Like there's movement on the inside, but the movement is greatly subdued.
Do I recognize anything about that? Any kind of like magical or arcane instances surrounding it?
You notice it's got a divine presence around it.
Well, I'm no expert on this, but something seems to be within this pendant. I'm not too sure. Gonna walk back. Either way, Tiber's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he's made himself as scarce as hen's teeth, to be honest.
As you pick up the pendant,
don't have teeth.
That's quite the point now, isn't it?
you notice the storm that was raging above you has now started to subside, and the clouds have begun to break, with the rainfall stopping entirely.
Well, at least the weather's clearing up. What of these slaves?
Not
As the
quite
weather
sure.
starts to break, you see that they huddled together in a tighter mass to try and avoid the worst of the rainfall and maintain heat. But now that everything seemed to subside, you start seeing eyes poking out from muffed hair and, road-weary bodies.
Flatfoot's gonna kind of reach down and readjust his belt, kind of lifting it up a little bit, and look out to the entire group here and say, I suppose there isn't much need for an introduction here, but I reckon y'all are in need of some help, and, we're the folk that are going to be doing so.
You hear one voice in the middle kind of pipe up and say, you're going to set us free?
Well, far as I can tell, y'all ain't done any wrong, but unless y'all want to prove us different on that.
No, thank you. I'll start murmuring. No, thanks. We were originally from Greenest. We've been on the road for months. We've lost track of time, and people that were with us were all that's left.
From Greenest, you say? Well, I hear there's a mighty fine group of individuals that saved that city not too long ago.
They saved the city, but they didn't save us.
Unfortunate casualties of war, I suppose.
Oh, savage.
Sometimes
They
happens.
kind of nod. But the cultists, they've changed recently. That's why we were being taken on the move. That beast, the demon, he took control of these cultists. They've fled from the battle at the well, and they were moving north. I'm not sure where.
Well, didn't serve them none better, I suppose. Individuals at the well lost their lives just as these did. But that's quite alright, I suppose.
Still upsets that we missed that.
Yes, well, if we had our druthers, it'd probably be best if we were here and not there. I have a feeling that we might be a little overwhelmed back there.
So, druthers.
Yeah, our druthers. You never heard of that?
And what the hell you confused me, Sterling.
Look, just because you don't
You see,
understand my phrasing doesn't mean that I'm any wrong in it.
As further inspection with the slaves, they're shackled hand and ankle. But you see the chains that are generally allowed to move to allow them to stand have all been crimped down and locked. So their hands are by their ankles in a sitting position. They can't stand.
I'll move over and is there like a lock on the chains, or is there...
The chain itself is wrapped around and locked, keeping them all chained together, and then individual pieces are from their ankles or from their wrists down through holes in their ankles to the chain that loops them all together. So they're all independently locked, and those are down. There's a lock at the chain at the joint, so 2-3 locks per.
Looks like
They're
they're
chained up good.
quite prepared to hold on to these slaves as much as they could.
Yes, but they do have locks, and locks have keys. Kind of start searching around among the bodies in the camp, see if I can find any keys.
One of the things you notice when you start searching were the bodies. The 2 destroyed bodies are clearly now slaves, from what you can tell from what's remained of their emaciated corpse. But they have been brutally destroyed, and what looked like ripped, literally limb from limb, right there, but feet away from the cultists. As you start searching on one of the cultists, you find a ring of keys that only has 2 keys on it.
You said I did find keys, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll grab the keys and kind of walk back over and start finagling with the locks. Key fit, I'm assuming?
Yeah, one key does not fit on the manacles, but the second key fits all the locks. The ones on the manacles, the ones on the locks for the chains, and the rest of them. The one chain that's locking the entire group all together is the second key.
As Archimedes starts unlocking the locks on these individuals, Flatfoot's gonna kind of prop himself down and look to the slaves in front of him and say, "Please do go on, whatever you know of these cultist plans to continue
Say
forward."
what? I'm sorry?
Oh, it cut out. I'm sorry. He'll kind of motion to the cultists in front of, or the slaves in front of him, and say, please do go on and tell us more about whatever they had planned going forward. We'd love to hear more of it.
The demon, he was luring the rest of them. He ensnared these cultists with these infernal helmets. They were going to go meet up with another group of cultists for a slave exchange, where the demon was going to ensnare more. They no longer cared about us and he kind of starts shivering and shaking his head for manual labor like the cultists did. They were bringing us along for food, as food.
And they were going to bring more on as additional food, I'm guessing.
He nods. And he was obsessed with finding ways to get more of his kind, especially now, after the fight. There's chaos everywhere.
Well, that's quite difficult. It's not easy to summon creatures from the other planes, from what I ever understood, though I've never tried it myself, though I want to one day. It sounds exciting.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. You say these cultists were amassing a group of slaves just so they could have food, but it feels like there should be more to it. Why would they just sacrifice each and every one of you as food? Wouldn't they want...
It was just for the demon. He was the only one who ate.
Wouldn't they want something more than that? Seems like a very shallow goal if you're gonna forsake everything you know.
Well, I think maybe what he's saying...
seemed to work together voluntarily. He enslaved them in those masks. They couldn't take them off, not without his help.
Yes, but these are individuals from the cult of the dragon, is that correct?
Yeah, they were our overlords.
Yeah, so
in the work camps.
They forsake their god in order to follow this individual. It seems like a mighty reckoning is coming.
Pity is to be placed on their shoulders, on their gravestones.
I'm not requesting pity for them. It just seems like a mighty reckoning would be coming from such an act if they were to defile their own god to forsake this demon.
The demon killed more of them than anybody else did. Anyone who fought back was slain immediately.
Well, I don't know. The cult of the dragon did have a mighty keen ability to kill off individuals as they choose, but I'll take your word on this. So, then what? They continue to feed you to the demon, and they reveal anything else? They tell you anything more about that? Or did you hear it in whispers?
That's all we know. They spoke mostly in languages we did not understand.
Very well. And we set you free. What are you guys going to be doing from now on? Obviously, you can't travel with us, but there's a city not too far from here, I suppose.
I think they said they were in the Trollbark Mountains. If that's true, we're not far from Waterdeep. And we can go back to Baldur's Gate.
Yes,
somewhere where we can see safe transport back home, and if home's still there.
Recalling correctly, we're not too far from Baldur's Gate.
Correct. You're you're a couple days out.
And that was to the north of where we're at?
No, south.
South of where we're at. Yeah, we were heading north from there. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, with that, Flatfoot will kind of look at him and say, yeah, it's very, very accurate. You could head to the south from here, and you can make your way to Baldur's Gate with probably, well, if you take your time and with a bit of rations and the such, you could probably make it there in a week or so. Just take your time. Don't want to rush that, especially in the condition you're in.
And where was it you said that they were headed with all of you before we arrived?
There is word of them meeting up with a cult boat or ship or wagon, barge, something. They said it often, and a few times it slipped in comment. But it was all this devil's plan. He was going to add more to his cult contingency and then have more food to continue a longer trip somewhere.
I'll kind of glance back towards Aiken. I don't think you would have found the boat, or he wouldn't have, at least this demon. It was waylaid in voyage, if that was what his destination was, so at least there's that. But I feel like I would have known maybe a little bit about the cult and the recent activities. Do you want to check for that?
No, I mean, it would depend. I guess it depends on what you want to know or what you're thinking about.
Basically that, like, demons weren't a common occurrence in their company.
You had heard word of, rumors at least, of demonic presence within the cult, almost as much as you heard Fae presence being, part of the council. It's something that, of course, you've heard, but no way to really verify that.
Did hear rumors here and there while I was doing my research and hearing more about this cult acting up, that demons or some of the like were among their ranks, but I thought it fancy. They've always been focused on dragons and such, so I didn't put much credit to the rumor, but after seeing what we saw today, there may be something there, especially if one's trying to take control of cultists, kind of motioning to the dead ones. Trying to take control of cultists now. It's quite interesting.
Well, I'd imagine that attempting to summon a beast such as Tiamat would require a bit of divine-ish intervention, or devilish intervention, as it were. So I could assume that that's probably going to be the case here, but that's neither here nor there. What's really important, we need to get these slaves somewhere to safety, and we need to continue to track this a bit more. And tell me, he kind of looks over the group here, and kind of looks over to the one that's kind of been speaking up, the one that's kind of in the middle here.
Yeah.
And Flatfoot will say, tell me, any of y'all want to accommodate us and become our travel guide of sorts, give us a bit of knowledge and insight into whatever it is we are about to face.
We'd love to help, but we don't rightly know where we are at the moment.
We don't need you to know where you are. You just need to be able to follow us and assist us. Answer some questions if we have them.
Of course, if that means safe passage to wherever it is you're headed, absolutely. You protected us once, we'd be in your debt if you could protect us to safety.
So be it. We'll protect you again. We just ask that you continue to help us and guide us a little bit. And if we get a little lost and stumble across some things that we may not understand, well, I suppose you guys might be able to assist us. Wait a second. Where is that individual that we've been holding on to? And kind of point up towards the top of the rocks where I assume the other cultist is still at.
Yeah. I mean, he's about a bow shot from the top, where you down the trail that you came down. But okay. You assume he's still up there.
All right. So from where I stand, if I turn around and take a look, can I see him from where I'm at?
No, you are
too far down in the hole. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my suggestion to all of you. We'll give you a path to get you to safe haven. And when we do, I need y'all to verify what the individual we have captive of here is going to tell us. He's not very keen on giving us detailed information. I don't think the individual can quite talk, but he'll tell us what we need to know.
He nods. He said the masks were sealed by the beast. It prevented them from talking. They could barely breathe. They couldn't eat.
Yes.
It seemed seamless.
Yeah, it... mighty wrong kind of thing going on here. But with that, we're going to ask this individual, and one of y'all, primarily you've been very helpful to us, and we quite appreciate it. Perhaps you could be of assistance to us.
Of course, but you can't take it off.
No, we're not intending to take his mask off. We just need to find out more information, and, well, this one might have some information for us, and you might be able to assist us.
They have their tongues trapped in the mask.
Their tongues are trapped. Well, that's interesting. As kind of look around and look back to Archimedes. Archimedes, did you hear that?
Yes. Tongues, trapped, helmets and such. I'm start looking around the camp for anything notable. First and foremost, like any kind of stores of rations or anything. Since there's a lot of
there's
hungry mouths.
a lot.
Yeah. There are a store of rations. What you can gather from the treatment. This devil. Purported on his enslaved cultists, is that he was more or less starving them too. There's plenty of food for all of them. There's plenty of food for the cultists, which means there's plenty of food to go around with the slaves.
Excellent. I found some food here. If everyone's out of their chains, if you are hungry, a few of you look a bit emaciated. I think maybe you could use a few rations.
If anybody is going through, and searching anything, I just need
Investigation.
perception checks. Or investigation, sorry.
Yes, I'm very much going through everything here. I'd like to find any tidbits.
Yeah, I'm not so much concerned about investigating the camp. I'm more concerned about the well-being of these slaves. How bad off do they look right now?
So they look bad. They've had a physical toll taken on them, but health-wise, hunger-wise, it looks like they've eaten. It looks like they were kept in relatively good shape, whether that be to make sure that they can continue working in the labor camps or provide a tasty snack.
So
do
they look good enough condition that if we long rest and hold them here and take care of them and let them rest, like in a very kind of relaxed setting instead of like in chains and shackled up?
That
would
absolutely
benefit them tremendously, right?
Yeah,
okay.
A meal in their bellies and rest.
Yeah, and a good rest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
They'd be ready to go.
Kind of looking them over, and I'd even be willing to do a bit of a medicine check as well, and kind of verify, their health, and look to Archimedes and seeing that Archimedes has found some rations and say, well, I believe that with what my friend here has found, I think we'll be able to take good care of y'all, and good night's rest and everything. We'll be able to send y'all on your way and get you somewhere safe. Now,
you can throw that medicine check at me whenever you get it.
Yep, absolutely.
Might I recommend that they take all these dead cultists' clothes too, so that they're not just walking around
That awful.
without them?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they should definitely dress up like cultists.
We'll be here to vouch for them.
I don't know about that course of action, Aiken. These clothes may be frowned upon in civilized
Yeah,
environments.
well, they can at least take the pants, because I don't want to look at that.
if we're sending them into a major city, we don't want to set off any alarms just by what they're wearing.
Yeah, they're wearing tattered garb. They're not naked. Might
So yeah,
add a
searching
home spot
around.
for that. The medicine check reveals that I'll get to this. The medicine
Yeah.
check shows that their wrists and ankles have been chafed, but
Yep.
nothing to do any real permanent damage. Just simple application of
Right,
you know,
because of the shackles.
water and
it's-
clean cloth.
Yep. Okay.
Will help drastically with the healing process.
Yeah. So
The two.
well, that's gonna
Yep.
probably be the plan with them. We're just gonna let them rest for the evening. We're gonna hunker down here because this is already a camp and would be kind of a secure-ish spot. I mean, it's not a great spot, but it's something. So give them a chance to rest and relax and kind of wash them up and get them clean and things of that nature and get them fed, and then start sending them on their way.
Yeah. The search checks. Just gonna say, like, Belgit was searching the cultists. You find a few odds and ends, kind of useless little trinkets and a little bit of currency. There are 28 copper pieces and 17 silver pieces.
Nice.
Aside from that, they have their long swords, and there are bows for each one of them scattered along the camp. Long bows. A few quivers of arrows, things like that. Bedrolls for each, but there's a very sparse. Again, anything of value is gone. Archimedes, you notice as you're looking over the blast that where the blast emanated, there is a bizarre lack of char, where one rock was hit with an explosion and moved, revealing a small crevasse there.
Ooh.
Is it like what do you mean by small? Is it like big enough to go
So
inside,
as
or
if
like?
it was like a small little recession in the rocks that this other rock was pushed up to hide, but the explosion shifted it.
Can I move the rock fully out of the way? Can I see what's behind it?
Yeah, give me a strength check. It's a big rock.
Big rock. 21.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, you can. Heck yeah, you
lean
can.
in and put your shoulder into it and push your desire to explore, overwhelming what would be normal physical capability. And you discover inside a small bundle wrapped in burlap. That's small, about 2 feet wide, 1.5 feet tall.
Flatfoot would like to also walk to one of these tents, quickly clearing out anything that's inside of it. Can I collapse one of those tents and take it with me? Like, wrap up the cloth that's used as a tent and the sticks and rope and such, and take that with me?
It was designed to be broken down and traveled with.
Okay. I'd like to take one camp kit with me if I can.
Yeah, that'll be 55 pounds.
Absolutely.
While he's doing that, I would like to investigate this bundle.
Yeah. If are you gonna pull it out of the procession, or?
Yeah, just yank it on out. What's this?
Just pull it. Just do it.
As you pull it out, you notice it's a sack that's been tied to the back to keep this thing closed. But as you pull it out, it's a very rigid structure, whatever it is, that's just wrapped up.
What could this be? Someone took a good deal of effort to hide it. You said like what's in the bundle was rigid.
Correct. Yeah.
Kind of set it down in front of the rock and unravel it, see what I can see inside of it.
As you open up and look in the side, it is the side of what looks to be a very ornately detailed chest.
Oh, someone's spoils, I think. Well, if they took this much trouble, they probably didn't trap it, but... Yeah, they probably didn't trap it. Is the chest locked, or...?
Are you pulling it completely out of the bundle?
I don't like that you're asking me that, but yes.
I'm just curious.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah, it pulls away freely. It was loosely wrapped around in an effort to keep, like dust or debris off of it. But as you remove it from the sack, you realize this is an ebon wood carved chest, a small personal chest. On the exterior, crowning the top of the chest is what looks to be obsidian, roughly carved in what looks to be either black or hellfire. And the front of the chest itself is a demonic caricature with its mouth open and tongue exposed, and in the back of its throat looks to be a keyhole.
Ooh. Interesting.
To give you a visual, in an effort to put the key in, you would have to reach your hand into the demon head, the caricature's mouth.
That's always something with these chests, it seems. Kind of looking at it. Can I, this is a very ornate looking box, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a magnificent, creation.
Can I discern any details, anything that would tell me, what people could have made this, or maybe the visage, what that is, or anything of that nature?
Sure, yeah. You can give me, what planes? Knowledge planes? No one?
That's 3.5.
Yeah, I don't know, is there a...
History? Sure, okay. 14.
Real quick, can I run... I linked it to you in the Aftermath chat. Can I use the adventuring gear tent for this instead? 20 pounds for an adventuring kit?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to... I wanted to clear it with you because that's something in D&D Beyond. So yeah, it's a tent.
For 6 people.
It's for 6. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
It's
I got
a
it.
huge tent.
Oh, okay. Good with that.
Cool. So yeah, the history, you would recognize this to be a visage of a devil specifically. But you would imagine, this is some sort of demonic origin as well, as it's highlighting, very hellish marks, demarcations, I guess.
Okay. How heavy is the chest?
It is that many pounds. Say 40 pounds.
Okay, I could pick that up pretty easily. I'm gonna pick it up and kind of haul it back over towards the group. Everyone, I seem to have found something. I did notice it has a keyhole in it, and there was a key, if I recall correctly, that didn't work on the manacles.
No. Those 2 keys both worked on the manacles. They were just
they both
2
did.
keys that were locked. Yes.
Okay, I thought there was a key that didn't work on it. I don't have a key, I do not believe, to open this, but it's quite ornate and a bit devilish in its appearance, kind of turning the face towards everyone to show the demonic visage. It was hidden in a small crevice there. Someone went through great pains to hide it from others.
Well, slap your mama, isn't that fantastic?
I am not going to slap my mother, but yes, it does seem quite whimsical. Kind of looking around, Flatfoot disassembling the tent and such. Does anyone find another key anywhere here? One that could maybe be used to open this? Or does anyone have the ability to pick locks, possibly?
Lock picking. Out of the stuff I drug out of the tent before I broke it down, anything in there?
No, sparse bedrolls.
Yeah, just random shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You, as you're thinking about, a key, the camera slowly pans to the smoking crater where the devil, whose chest this probably belongs to, used to be. It would be a fair assumption that the devil had the key for his chest on him.
Of course it did.
And he's no mas.
Of course it did.
He's probably gonna want that thing back.
Well, I have no intentions. It's what is it? What is the phrase that all the commoners use? Finders keepers. Yes, that's what they say.
Imagine trying to stuff it into some thing just back into your bag. No, I'm not giving this back.
Just gonna put it in my bag. Like, I think I'll hold on to that for this time.
Why would I give up my new chest?
Well,
if we see him again, I will formally request that he give me the key. That way I can fully enjoy the spoils of what could possibly be in here.
tell me, my friend, how likely do you think that's going to be that he's going to give you that key?
Oh, I think a little bit of discourse could solve many problems, but
Give me
he
a
did hurl
percentage.
lightning at us.
No, give me a percentage.
I'd say a solid 20%. Yes.
Yeah, maybe a bit lower.
Possibly. We would have to ask, I think, but he seems to have disappeared, which is good for us, I think, based on that very interesting magic he hurled at us. Unfortunately, he took our friend Tiber with him, or Tiber took him with him. I'm not too sure. I'm annoyed about that.
The fact that he disappeared without us, well, that doesn't exactly give me a vote of confidence in what's about to come, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well, we don't have enough information as of now. I want to investigate further. Belgit, Aiken, did you find anything of use? I think we're going to stay here for the evening.
Do you really think it's best to stay in the big hole where his slaves are? With his slaves and his formerly chest?
I
Well,
believe.
it
Go ahead.
could be here, or it could be out on the road again where we randomly ran into cultists. There may be more out there. But you're, well, you seem to know what you're doing with that halberd of yours, so I suppose maybe you know better. I'm not proficient in discovering locations on the road. I much prefer an inn, personally, but I didn't see any nearby.
Well, and as I'm talking, I'm going to walk over here and kind of reach up with my halberd and hook this guy's leg or pants or whatever I can and just pull him down. And then I'm going to drag him to right here because it's really bothering me.
Okay.
The flat row.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know if down here in the hole's the best spot. Maybe up on the top on the ledges. We could just move these tents for the freemen to sleep in tonight.
Whatever would give you your peace of mind. I think that a rest is in order. It's quite dark, and I'm still a bit damp from that storm. After all, I'd like to get some shut-eye soon. My magic is a bit depleted, unfortunately. Kind of investigating the camp just a little bit further. Am I finding anything else of use anywhere?
I mean, there's kind of traveling gear. The wagon, there's 2 wagons, one that's been broken down to provide the supports for the tent. That we're just thinking like these are clearly like caravan wagons that are meant to be broken down to turn into campsites. So you have one complete wagon and one that had been broken down. Aside from that, some traveling gear, odds and ends. I mean, pots, pans, things like that, but nothing crazy.
Wagon could be quite useful.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything to draw it with, though.
That's a good point. I'm kind of eyeing Belgut. Yes, no, adequate enough. I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to pull the wagon. Well, at least we have some supplies now. If I'm hurriedly grabbing, because I have nothing in my inventory. So I want a bedroll. I want.
I'll be quite honest with you. I'm as poor as a church mouse as far as magic is concerned. I'd like to take a bit of a rest here, or anywhere close by if we can.
I like how Havoc's taking a enslaved cultist's bedroll. Which
Yes.
is pleasant to sleep on.
Listen,
Alright, give
it's either
me
that or rocks.
a D10. Even, you get bed bugs. Odd, you don't.
Oh God.
No. That is not
There seems to be something crawling on this. I'm throwing this bedroll out.
Hashtag
Into the
feels
fire.
itchy, man. Feels
Set
itchy,
it on
man.
fire.
When you throw it into the fire, it literally squeals. There's so many bed bugs.
That's so gross.
Oh God.
Well, I say that we scavenge what we can, and as Aiken advised, we perch up here on the top of this hill and take a rest. Suppose we could investigate to see if our cultist friend has wandered off or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should
him.
probably check on him.
If he's wandered off, well, let me tell you, bad things are gonna come to him.
Yes, karma and all that. Well,
Not sure it's so much karma is, and we're in the middle of a dangerous area, and he's chained up or tied up.
100%, my friend. 100%.
all right. Well, yeah, I'm down with setting up some watches to be sure in this dangerous area. Let these slaves, former slaves, take a good night's rest. Not make them watch, but the four of us could probably rotate out watches.
And just outside of our little campfire, I'll go ahead and have Flatfoot set up the tent for 6 of us so our party members can hang out there and everybody else can stay outside for the night. Shielded from the weather. But the others are still getting a rest, so good for them, I guess. I mean, there's no good way about this. It's a bad situation. They're slaves, and we can't do much to help them other than let them rest and
Not
get food.
slaves anymore,
They're former
Fatfoot.
slaves.
They're former
They are
slaves.
free now.
Absolutely right. They're freemen.
And I want to even like address them and say, my friends, I know you've been through a bit of an ordeal, and I respect that. We are willing, as my good friend here, Flatfoot, said, to accompany you. We were planning on heading to Baldur's Gate, I believe. If you would like to join us in that adventure, we will offer you as much protection as we can. But you are not chained to us. If you have places that you would like to go, know that we are going to take the evening to rest. We are a bit tired, but you by no means have to stay with us.
No, please. If you could assist us in getting back to society, that would be more than we could ask.
Of course, we'd be happy to. But rest now. Regain some of your strength. We still have at least a couple days until we arrive at Baldur's Gate, I believe.
As the conversation's going on, Flatfoot's gonna prepare to set up the campfire for all the slaves and our former
Freeman.
slaves to kind of huddle around and relax with.
Yeah, you can stoke it up and really, increase the small pit to something larger. Really get a good fire going.
Nice.
You notice too, being in a declivity, or did you climb up top?
Yeah, we went back up top, so we're setting up camp up at the top of the ridge there.
Okay.
Do we see our friend that was with him bow shot of us?
There's a
when we
winding
return?
path, so I mean, you'd actually have to walk down the path to go get him.
Aiken, would you like to go check on him?
Yeah, I'll go check on him.
Or like
I'll just
setting
take
up
off.
camp?
Yeah, I'll just take off that way.
Yeah, we're just going to set up camp at the top of the ridge there and bring everybody back.
Yeah, you see him still bound. He hasn't moved. He hasn't tried to move anyway. He's still exactly where you left him.
I'm gonna go up to him and check his bindings, and then bring him back.
Yeah, so you hog-tied him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna release him, I guess?
No, I'm gonna carry him by the ropes.
Are you gonna carry him? Okay. Yeah, so you can easily, carry him back to camp. He doesn't make a sound, nor does he move.
When we get there, I'll just drop him in the dirt in front of the turtle.
See, I told you he wouldn't go anywhere. He was quite subservient when we left him.
Well, yeah, that,
You see for the first time, he looks at the freed men. And from what you can see in, like, slits where his eyes are wide eyes before he tries to bury his head in the dirt.
Like, we're seeing, like, shame?
yeah, like he's like looking
Shame
away.
mixed with fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the slaves are no longer slaves, it's generally not good for the pre-slavers.
Okay, so as he's brought back into the camp, I want to be kind of like reading the faces of the former slaves, and as they see him, how are they reacting to that?
You see they've armed themselves from the cultist bodies. A few have swords, a few more have daggers, and a couple of bows amongst the group. But you hear the slow sliding of blades out of scabbards.
Now, friends, as we may have forgotten to mention, we did take one of them prisoner and leave him behind while we came to rescue you. He could be a wealth of information if we can get that very interesting helmet off of him. I'd prefer if he lives through the night, if that is agreeable to all of you.
Yes, please don't let this get your goose. Whatever you do.
The voice of the group kind of stands up and points to you. Points to you and to him. Cut through his compatriots. You slay them where they stood. Why is this any different? You saw what they were capable of. You saw what they did to us.
Because
they didn't give up.
Because my friend...
This one gave up. That's the difference.
That is quite different, but to be honest, we need information. We need to understand exactly where we're going to go from here, and well, while we have you here, you're not going to be here forever. We're going to set you free into the city. This individual can...
You can't take the mask off. There's nothing that you can learn from.
No, but...
Oh,
but
my friends... Where there's a will, there's a way. Any kind of contraption or magical device can be discerned. It just requires the proper knowledge to do so.
And he can confirm any kind of information that we might be able to gather along the way. I mean, this one fears for his life, obviously, laying here and gave himself up to us. So
if you try and take this helmet off without deactivating or undoing whatever hellish magic was put on it, it's going to tear his tongue off.
So then we'll remove the curse and we'll be able to do so.
If you can, even if you can, why let him live after that?
That's, at this point, we're just looking for the information for the next path that we're going to, my friend. We're not looking to keep them around as part of us. We're just needing the information they have for us.
So when you're done, I can kill him? We can
No. When we make it to where we're going, we'll give him to the proper authorities, and he'll pay for the crimes that he's done to y'all. It'll most likely end in him dying anyway.
Yes, we're not savages, my friends. This man is subservient. He has turned himself in. He wants nothing to do with harming you any further, and, well, trust us on this, he would not have the chance to. As I'm kind of glancing back at him, if he was to do anything else to harm any of you or us, he would regret it for the rest of his very short life.
Tell me, my friends, is there something that we don't know about this individual that you might know of him?
I don't know any of them. They all wore the same mask. They all
Then
did the same. They acted the same.
They've all performed acts of horrendous nature upon all of our people. And
unspeakable horror.
And at this point, we're going to treat them the same. They will be brought to justice. Yes, this one is a bit different because we need information. But it's not right to just kill somebody outright if they've willingly gave themselves up. Do you believe?
It's not right watching your friends have to choose who gets eaten.
You're absolutely...
Well, they've got you at sword point.
I would never discount that, my friend, but what we're dealing with is something far greater than you and I. We need to understand what's coming, and there's obviously something more brewing than this Tiamat that we are hearing is defeated.
Listen, as we said before, we do not wish to make you uncomfortable, but as of right now, he could be a source of information despite the fact that he cannot speak. If nothing else, for gratefulness for us coming to your rescue, if you could please just allow us to take him into custody and not harm him, we would be very much appreciative.
With a look of kind of defeated resignation, he bows his head. There's no need to flaunt. You're saving us. In our faith, we will follow your discretion.
My friends,
without you, we are not alive.
We would never wish to flaunt that. We're simply trying to get you to understand that what we're doing isn't for ill-gotten means. We're doing what we can to benefit the Sword Coast, and at this point, this individual, and kind of pointing down to the cultist that's hogtied on the ground here, this individual provides us with as much information as we can possibly gather. Perhaps we give them a bit of charcoal and some parchment and allow them to give us some notes before we dismiss them from their duties. As he kind of looks over his shoulder.
With that, the voice of the group kind of looks at you in a huff, looks over at Archimedes too, with, that just kind of galled smile on his face. Says, he won't give you anything. You won't be able to open it. This is a fool's endeavor. You can do what you wish. We will abide. And with that, he kind of motions, and everyone, the rest of the slaves, sheathe and scabbard their weapons. Our lives are yours to do with what you choose. Just help us get to safety. You don't have to worry about us.
No, my friend, your lives are your own. You make those decisions on your own.
And we will, in time, thanks to you. And with that, he just kind of nods, and they go back to a little huddle amongst themselves.
Well, that went well, I suppose.
Certainly could have went worse.
It's true. Well, shall we settle in for the night then?
I'll recheck his bindings, and I'm gonna kind of pick him up and move him to where I'm gonna be sleeping. Kind of nearby, but not too close.
Just keep him in an area where we can
see blade against his neck. He's sleeping. Sleep well, sweetheart.
Please.
Well, I was more thinking that one of those slaves might be a little bit more upset than they're leading on.
Please, just try me.
Nah, you got the idea. They're not going to do that.
Better not. I don't want to murder mystery this thing in the morning.
No, I don't want to murder mystery this thing in the morning either.
Who done it?
Yeah, we're good.
Who done it? All right.
I don't want to make this a complete ethical dilemma. Like, you guys can't go anywhere. It's like, well, but they killed him, but he was slain.
Like, I feel bad, but this guy could tell us shit, so,
Yeah.
Settle down, y'all.
Yeah, that's literally the angle that Flatfoot's looking at this as. Like, this cultist, he's done some bad shit, and the slaves think he's not going to tell them anything, but this dude's life is on the line. He's going to talk a little more than they believe he's willing to.
I'll talk more than the dead ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
1,000% even.
So, do we need to set up, watches, Willie? How do we need to handle this?
I mean, you can. You know what? Actually, let's see. Who is alphabetically first? Aiden? Alright. Zorn, roll me a d10. Okay. You guys can rest peacefully. I mean, you can say that you assigned watches, but it's not really important.
Nice.
Indicative of who does what.
We'll do
to
watches
leave.
just to get into the habit of it.
Yeah,
I'll take
100%.
But yeah, as the night progresses, it was early evening when you set up camp. Just a little bit after dark. So you wake with the dawn, the sun rising, and you notice that it feels kind of misty. Like it's just kind of foggy and not gloomy, just damp.
Like, is this a natural to us, or?
Yeah, it's it's just like a fog rolled in. It's the fall.
Like an
Change
early
seasons.
fall kind of fog, yeah.
Fall weather. It's cold. Like you're gonna wake up, you're cold.
Yeah, like
You're all covered in water.
you went to bed and it was like 65 degrees. You wake up and it's 40. There's going to be a little condensation everywhere.
Right.
Well, when we get up, I'll start packing up, and then I'm going to unhog tie the prisoner and leave his hands tied and make him march in front of me when we leave.
Well, I think if we have nothing else to investigate in this area, we should continue our trek. We came here with the direction of the missive or whatever that Aiken was able to find. They just said they were meeting up with this group, right?
Yes, you could backtrack out of the forest back onto the tradeway and then continue south that way.
Okay, well, if we have nothing else, then shall we continue to Baldur's Gate? I would very much like to see about these 4 dukes we were told about by that very jovial individual we ran into.
Chipper, little hobbit.
Quite the individual, wasn't it?
Grave news he brought us about Tiamat's fall.
You're the only one upset about it. You freaking enjoy hiding from the journal enemy scene.
Literally,
see
he's
the
running
magic.
around. Yeah, he's running around telling everybody, and everybody's like, "Hell yeah!" And we're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, this one wizard's like, really? Are you sure? Man, really wanted to study that magic, and now I don't have the opportunity. It's unfortunate.
Yes, there will be another catalyst event. Study the magic. Just give it 10 years.
10
It'll
years is
probably
such a-
be an upset frost giant, or who knows.
All right, I guess we're gonna continue our way back towards Baldur's Gate then.
Not wrong.
Awesome. So the trip is, on March. It'll be 2 days. So on day 1, I'm going to need a D10 from Archimedes, please.
Oops, that's a 20.
Okay. Odd. All right. Same thing. You set up, watch if you're gonna keep a routine
Yes.
going. And then the second day, I'll need a D10 from Belgium. Nice. So as you wake the next day and set off early into your travel, you see a post, like a post marker, a sign on the side of the road. Above it is an arrow pointing in the direction you're heading, and on it is a coat of arms with a single ship with raised sails, floating across still water, with a clear blue sky in the background. And underneath is Baldur's Gate, 5 miles.
Can we history check that coat of arms?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'm awful at it, but
A wealth of knowledge, really.
every now and then you
Right.
get it right.
Belgit, for being from the south, as well as Archimedes, both realize that this is the coat of arms for Balderon, who was the founder for Baldur's
For
Gate.
Baldur's Gate, yep.
Pretty sure I live close by.
I mean, you've seen that before. You can't place it. I know that, but I can't. It was like, as soon as you say it, I'll remember. Like, Baldur's Gate. That's it, Baldur's Gate.
Yes, Baldur's Gate. We're getting close, only a few more miles away. Well, shall we continue then?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe that would be best, and then we can let these individuals be free folk as they so rightly deserve to be.
Sorry, I could barely hear you there, Forge.
I was just saying that we'll let the free folk be whenever we get to Baldur's Gate.
They nod. They've created a little bit of distance from you. They clearly didn't like your decision, but it's not disdain. It's just kind of indifferent now. You know, they realize their freedom is close by.
Yeah, we'll continue on to
So-
Baldur's Gate.
Cool. As you begin to travel, the mist and the fog that you've been experiencing seems to get worse. It's now starting to drizzle more than it is just mist. And there's fog, but nothing untoward. Just you can still see through it. It's not thick. It's just ever present. As you crest the hill, you can start hearing sounds, and as you come to the top of the ridge, you see it, Baldur's Gate, a crescent moon shape wrapped around a great harbor. Hold on. Ready?
Ooh. That's a pretty picture.
Fancy.
It looks as if the walls at one point contained the entirety of the city, but that is no longer the case. The lower city, inside the walls, it stretches down into the harbor, looks piled on top of one another, while the upper city is flat and level outside the walls. As you get closer to the city, not only was the smell of rain, but now a musky, mildewy smell. It seems to be almost emanating from the street and the city itself. Basically, it's constantly kind of wet and rainy here, or it is a lot, so the city just kind of smells wet.
It smells as bad as the dock ward does back in Waterdeep. Kind of turning up my nose to the smell.
Smells bad enough to gag a maggot.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
As you move forward, you see there's more collection at the gate, at one of the main giant parapets. That's sparsely armed. You could see stations or turrets where people should be, but instead of them being there, they're spaced out to one to every 10 to 12. As you move closer, there's lines of refugees, carts, wagons, normal trade fairs, people and animals moving in and out of the gate. But there is a separate portion of armed guards standing by a post and a sign up above it. In big letters across the top, you can read even at this distance, "Call to arms."
Well, this call to arms could very well be what the four dukes are doing, according to our little friend that visited us a couple days ago. I'll kind of turn around to the group of refugees that we've been leaving and say, well, my friends, we have arrived here. No untoward experiences, thank goodness. Is there anything else, anything we could help you to get along your way? Or will this suffice?
To know the weapons will fetch good coin in the market, enough to secure us travel and passage back to home, if there is a home left. But our freedom is more than enough. We won't be indebted to you any further. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
With that, I'll kind of bow my head and say, yes, it was just what we were doing in passing by. I do hope you find your homes intact. The land has been ravaged in this recent war, unfortunately, but I do wish you safe travels and good fortune going forward.
Archimedes, could you grant these individuals the coin that we had gotten off the Fallen?
Yeah. We don't have much use for this, but it could help you get on your way. And I'll pull out the small bag that had the 28 copper pieces and 17 silver pieces, and I'll hand it off to the voice, whose name we never asked.
Yep. He begrudgingly kind of takes it. It seems your graciousness knows no bounds. Thank you again. I hope, should we ever be in trouble, that it's you who happen upon us at that critical time. Thank you again.
I'll kind of just nod and see them on their way.
They nod and veritably kind of skip away, like they're almost at a run to the gate. But they kind of disappear into the crowd.
Shall we get a word in with the authorities there? I think they may very much like to know about our friend here, kind of motioning to the cultist.
As we approach the city, were there guards on the outer walls?
Yes, but
and
far
they didn't
fewer than it looks as they're...
Okay, and they didn't question us bringing a hogtied cultist in?
You're not in the gate. I mean, you're approaching the gate.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, like we said,
Yeah.
the others free, sent them into the city, and now we're bringing the other one in. Okay. Yeah.
Willie, are we getting close to a stopping point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Just looking at it, I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed soon.
Same.
yeah. We can do, a big verbal introduction. We can just... There's another spot, like a little chunk of it. If you want to keep going, or we can just wrap it up whenever.
Let's get through the gate, and is that like the stopping point you kind of envision?
Is it gonna be after the gate or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we're
just go.
then we'll go to the gate and proceed with the hogtied cultists with us.
Yeah, as you reads, even in large script, you can read it. A call to arms. Duke Silverhand is hiring swords and shields to eradicate the rest of the cult. Inquire ahead. And as you go up, weapons kind of get drawn, and the sergeant looks at you, is seeing the cultist, and said, "Ho there, what business do you have here in Baldur's Gate with that?"
We've slain nearly 10 of these individuals, and, well, this one back here has got answers for our questions, so I'm pretty sure you can surmise exactly why we are bringing them here.
When he hears word of you saying you take down 10 of them, he turns a big smile. He's like, "Oh, you must be here for the Duke's requests. We could take him off your hands and see that he gets to justice as well." And the sergeant in arms starts moving forward to take the cultist prisoner from you.
As he does, you watch his Stone Skull kind of raise his hand and is like, yes.
Stone Skull? Stone Skull's here. What?
Stone Skull, I'm sorry. Flatfoot raised his hand and is like, in due time, my friend, but...
The sergeant immediately interjects and says, "I'm afraid if he's coming in as a prisoner, he becomes a prisoner of the city."
He absolutely is.
We
We just need the assurance that if we need to ask questions
I'm afraid
of
that
him...
we can't let you come into the city with him.
No, I
He can
quite...
come with us. He
no,
will see
no,
justice.
I quite understand. No, what I'm getting at is, if we're going to free him to you, then we need assurances that we'll be able to question him if we need to.
You can speak with the city watch.
So then we speak to the city watch and we get some private time with them.
you can get sway with the city, perhaps.
Did he
Thank
get
you for
quiet
bringing
for
it
anybody
forward.
else?
Yeah, you're super quiet all of a sudden, Willie.
What's that?
You got
You're
really
like super
quiet.
quiet.
Did I? Sorry. Can you hear me now?
No, same.
No difference. Like your mic input switched or something.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Popping sound.
Sorry, that work?
Nope.
That's weird. Does it work? I mean, if I get the mic closer to my mouth.
No,
Yeah, you're a
it's
little
not
bit
changing
louder, but not
anything,
much.
really. It just
Really
went,
changed.
like, really silent. Like, it's hard to hear you.
Yeah, my mic's not even like lighting up like it's.
Oof.
Hmm.
All right, so let's play it like this. We walk up. The guard is talking of taking the cultist, and we agree under the terms that we'll be able to interrogate and question the cultist as needed.
Now his mic's lighting up,
Now I
but
hear
can't
nothing
anything.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll just speak up. I don't know what's going on with this.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of broken now.
I can switch real quick. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Very much appreciate each and every one of you. Fantastic to have you here
if I
for our
speak
first
up,
session.
like, is that better?
A little better, yeah.
All right, we'll just have to make do with that for now because I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, the guard's basically insistent on taking the prisoner from you, and he's going to be put into the judicial system. And he's not really budging on that at all.
Yeah, no, and we're good with that as long as we get the option to be able to interrogate as needed.
That is not an option that he is relaying to you is on the table. Like, imagine it's a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring a prisoner to a police officer, you're not going to get the opportunity to interrogate him.
Kind of look back to the others and
I'm sure that when we talk to the Dukes and, find out what they need of, plead with them to get some interrogation time with this fella.
Yes, we'll have some words with maybe some more higher ranking authorities. But for now, our excuse me, our initial goal was to turn him into justice. I would like to get more information from him, but far be it from us to interpose ourselves to the judicial system of Baldur's Gate. And I'll kind of motion for the prisoner to be handed over.
very well.
I'll just shove him towards the wall guard.
Yeah, he struggles to kind of get him upright, and another guard grabs him by the other shoulder, kind of drags him away to a locked cart. And while that's happening, the sergeant at the gate says, well, there's 2 days until the assignment ceremony will be held at the Silver Hand Estate. I suggest you find lodging in the meantime, and make sure you get there bright and early. He hands a small writ that's been folded. More instructions are there, but they're taking all comers. Make sure to be there.
Well, thank you, my friend, for that information. It is quite helpful.
Absolutely. And he takes his hand and kind of bangs it over his chest. Says, have a great day.
You as well. Let's go. And I motion to go to the gate.
Yeah, we'll head inside.
Let me pull up a list of places.
Can't really hear him.
In the upper city, right near the edges of the walls, there's the Helm and Cloak, an expensive feasting hall for merchants and travelers. the purple worm inn and tavern. It's more commonly used by adventurers. And the 3 old kegs, which it is highly comfortable and highly expensive. One of the most reputable establishments in the entire city. In the lower city, close to the docks, and they're all virtually the same with this exception. The Blade and Stars is known for high quality food, but everything else are kind of just normal CD-esque taverns. The Blushing Mermaid, the Elf Song Tavern, and the Splurging Sturgeon.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last one?
The Splurging
Sturgeon. Yeah. Sturgeon.
And those were in the lower or the
Lower.
upper?
They're in
The
lower.
lower city.
Organize my notes here. Okay, neat.
I don't mind quite where I rest my head as long as I get to rest tonight.
I would very much like a bed under me. I am a bit low on coin, however, so maybe some of the more lavish establishments are a bit out of my reach for now. But I'm sure we could find accommodation suiting us. Say at the... Well, we're adventurers now, I think, so maybe this Purple Worm Inn and Tavern could be reputable enough for us to partake in for an evening.
Oh, I'll follow wherever the egg rolls, as it would be.
Any other thoughts, Aiken, Belgut?
No, I was thinking the purple worm as well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Let's go to the Purple Worm and get set up and call it a night.
Yeah. As you approach the Purple Worm, you see there's normal hustle and bustle, but it all still seems muted and kind of quiet. For a city as large as it is, it doesn't feel as if there's as many people as should be here. Especially in the high city,
Mm-hmm.
or the upper city. But as you go in, the tavern keeper offers you a room with 2 beds apiece, each one costing 8 silver pieces a night.
8 silver?
Correct.
Per person?
No, per room.
Oh, okay.
16 total a night.
And there's how many beds per room?
2.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, we'll get 2 rooms and just kind of rest for the night.
Yeah, we be resting for both nights.
Yeah, because we have 2 nights.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'll take 32 silver and make his tavern help available to you for food and drawing baths and whatnot, whatever you might need.
Flatfoot will
I'll pay for 1
offer.
room.
What's that?
I'll pay for 1 room for
Okay.
the 2 nights.
So yeah, Flatfoot will pay for the other.
Gold piece and 6 silver pieces, so 4 silver pieces left over.
Room is a kind of a large sprawling circle with a courtyard in the middle. So there's rooms on the inside and rooms on the outside. Both of your rooms are on the inside wall with windows facing the courtyard.
All right.
With a view as well. Excellent. It's no manor back home in Waterdeep, but it'll suffice.
It'll do just fine. I have a feeling.
Yeah, it's a really nice view in the middle of the city. Basically looking a very well tended garden.
All right.
So yeah,
With that, I think that's where we'll wrap it up.
Nice.
Dupe.
Thank you, Willie, for tonight's session.
Oh yeah.
That was
Fantastic. I
Killing
quite
cultists.
I quite enjoyed and I mentioned this to Havoc, I quite enjoyed having all the RP with everybody. That was fantastic.
Yeah, me too.
I love that Ruckus and Zorn got to mostly Ruckus because he was so silent in the first campaign. Like, he's more involved in this one, I feel like.
Yeah, he's coming out of his shell.
Yeah, he is.
Unfortunately, he's still silent now.
Still
Probably
silent
fell
now,
asleep.
but that's fine.
All right.
To emphasize
Cool.
your point.
All right.
Yes.
Say bye to stream, guys.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.